Words are powerful. Matthew chapter 12, verse 37. For by thy words thou shalt be justified, and by thy words thou shalt be condemned. Woo! Oh, let's go home. You know, I don't know exactly where I'm gonna go with this one, because I was gonna read a different verse, but that one was highlighted and stuck out to me, and get that off. It's hot. Turn on the air a little. Look. Words are powerful. You can show respect with the words that you choose to use. You can show disrespect. You can show trust. You can show lack of trust. You can show integrity. You can show faith. You can show love. You can show disgrace and dishonorment. With your words. Words are the easiest thing to say. I mean, like, it just comes out of your mouth. And if you don't have a control on the words that you use, the way that you speak, the things that you say, then you have no control. It costs just as much to shut your mouth or to say, to think about what you're going to say and say good and positive things, as it does to just say anything. But the consequences of your words, your actions, are heavier. Sometimes the right words have the heaviest effect. They help, they grow, they push. But always, the wrong words destroy and damage. So I was at the gym. There was a big group of teenage boys, being teenage boys. And look, I have nothing. I was that too. I was going to the gym with my friends. I get it. Now, there is a difference, because I've gone to the same gym my whole life because my father is the one who owns that gym. So I've gone to that same gym my entire life. But here's the thing. Because my father owned that gym, I was told, respect the gym. Respect the people in the gym. Even though my dad isn't a lifter, he's not a heavy workout guy, he knows the power of respect, especially when it's in his territory. So respect it, take care of it. Now, I'm not saying I was always 100% perfect at that. That's not what I'm saying. I know I'm not perfect. And I'm sure that if you could go back in time and talk, I'm sure someone still remembers something that I did that they didn't like. Okay? Live, learn, grow, progress. Well, in gym etiquette, there is such thing as gym etiquette. Be respectful. Don't be an idiot. And these teenagers were just not, let's just say it in nice words, they were not following gym etiquette. And they were in a corner and using every single possible piece of equipment in that area. And then they all just left. Well, another piece of gym etiquette is clean up after yourself. Wipe it down. No one wants to touch the weights that you've been sweating on or the bench that you've been sweating on. Wipe it down. So as they moved to a different set of equipment, I walked up. I said, "You guys done over there?" They said, "Yes." I said, "Wipe it down. Respect your gym." And there was one kid who said, "Yes, sir." Went over, got it done. I respect that kid. I respect him. Good for him. Now, my father owns that gym. I do not own the gym. But I take pride in it. I've lifted there my entire life. Over 15 years now. And I have a love for that gym. And I ask in return that others respect and have that love as well. I paused before I said to what I needed. I stood for a second and thought, okay, what do I do? Do I let it go? Or do I say something? And I could have gone over and I could have yelled and screamed, "You stupid idiots." That would have gotten me nowhere. Instead, because I paused and I thought, short and simple, wipe it down. Take care of your gym. Your words have power. Your words have consequences, good or bad. Think before you speak. Make sure that what you're saying is worth saying. And then make a decision and go forward. Respect the gym. Respect yourself. Take care of things so that things stay nice and so that you can continue to use those things. Now, I don't have any power to kick anyone out of the gym, nor am I trying to kick anyone out of the gym. What I would prefer is that we learn together and we progress and we get better. So work hard, work smart, be obedient. Get strong physically, mentally, spiritually. Watch your words and go lift some weights.